was about creating a service culture within the club environment. But I'd like to say that you could use this service culture template anywhere in the world, in any business, at any time. So the first thing that we really talked about is the responsibility of the manager to create a bridge between the members and the club. And the bridge is the employee. They are absolutely critical and fundamental to the success of club. My definition of club says the two most important things in any club are relationships that you create and the community of people you create. And the key to the relationships are always about people, and those people are your employees. So management is getting work done for others. So that's what we're talking about with the employees. So what we're talking about today is the process that you need to use to take a new employee and to make them a true club employee. And I started out with my 7 principles of service, which can be used to evaluate any employee, but are also the service goals that you have in the organization. Happiness, business, anticipate, need, give, dignity. All 7 of those things are critical, and you can evaluate people by their performance relative to those 7. And you can also train people using those 7 criteria. So then I went through the new employee human resource cycle, is what I call it. So when you take a brand new employee, you just hired them, and then I talked about what type of employee should you hire, the process that you should use in hiring that person, then the orientation procedure that you use, the mentoring training procedure you use, the coaching procedure that you use, the reflective opportunities that you have, the counseling that you do one-on-one, and lastly, commiseration. If you have to release an employee after all of this, then I talked about how one would have to go about doing that. However, the whole idea is that you choose the right employee, and if they're dealt with correctly in the human resource cycle, they will always be a great employee, and you'll never have to release them. So when you talk about firing employees, you don't want to fire employees. You want to make sure that you get the right employee with the right attitude, and if they have the right attitude, they are trainable. Then you train them correctly, you reinforce their behavior, and you observe what they do and critique how it's done, praise as needed. You'll find that you have a successful, long-standing service culture. And again, service is not just about doing stuff for other people. Service is also about the human relationships you create in the act of doing what you've done for those people. I call that hospitality service. Service is doing work for others in a professional way with the right attitude. But hospitality service is doing work for others in the correct way with the right attitude and a relationship. So that's essentially what we were talking about today. We had a lot of fun, took 3.5 hours doing it, and we only scratched the surface. What I saw at this Congress was that the managers who are here want ideas. Now, again, when you come to a Congress, there are a number of things that you're looking for, and I say there are 4 things. And what I loved about this Congress is I really felt that people were trying to achieve it. The first thing is education, principles and practices. They are coming to all the sessions. So the reason I love the education side is that I am an operator. And because I do this stuff, I come up with principles and practices from that. So real education in hospitality comes from people who have actually done the stuff that they're talking about, such as myself. Next thing you're looking for is the network. You're looking for a network of people. Everybody who comes here tries to find who are the talented people. I want them in my network. Then the next thing you're trying to do in network is places. I want people to learn how to evaluate the places they visit. We were auditing the hotel today during this session, by way of example. And then lastly, the network of ideas and how you organize those. Next thing that you're looking for is reflective opportunities. We asked a lot of people throughout what are the challenges they're facing in their business. And then we brought those issues to the forefront and then discussed them. So anybody who comes to this conference is looking for reflective opportunities to find answers to the problems that they have in their own organization. And the last thing they're looking for, and I like to believe that I provide some of that, is what I call the buzz. That is the excitement they need to feel about the business in order to be an effective manager, leader, supervisor, husband, wife, whatever it might be. So I think the Congress has been great.